Hey guys, okay, so today has been a bad filming day for me already. So I'm going to let you know, we're going to try a product today. This is the Flower plus CBD Chill Out Color Corrector. Oops, it's all upside down. Color corrector in the shade Light Peach. It's a concealer, obviously, but I tried to film a video earlier, and so I have a product on my face that's making my skin look very shiny. So I'm just gonna dab it a little bit and see if we can get some of that off, because it's a little bit much. I don't need that much shine, and I don't want it to interfere with the product that we're gonna try today. And there we go. So that's a lot better. Let me know in the comments, like, are you guys ever like, you know, sort a little bit annoyed sometimes? I don't know if annoyed is the right word, but like, it just seems like the shinier and greasier you are, it's almost like that's the right way to do makeup these days. And there is such a thing as too shiny, especially for me. Like, it's not like the more glow the better, it's just like this is the perfect amount, and it's probably almost too much for me. Like, I can't, in the beginning, the image you saw of me at the very beginning of this video when I was glowing like a greasy monkey, that's not good for me. Okay. Just throwing that out there. Just one of those things. Okay, so here is the concealer. This is the shade Light Peach. Now that's Light Peach, ladies. They had two other shades. One of them was Dark Peach, so you can imagine it was pretty dark. There was one other color, I can't remember what it was at all, but this is the shade Light Peach. So we're gonna go in with this today, and we're just gonna see. Okay, and it's a little pot, so let's just see. Okay, so now I'm torn between, should I do both eyes with this, or should I do a comparison between this and another shade or another concealer that I would use in the same way as a color corrector? Looks really good, very natural, especially for me. Now, you know, disclaimer, I did have some product on my skin that had a tiny bit of a tint in it, so it may have toned down the eye pigmentation like the tiniest little bit, but even so, this is looking very nice, very natural. So for someone like me that has a ton of hyperpigmentation around my eyes, it's not blue, but it doesn't matter because it still is being corrected by a color corrector like this. I know a lot of people will say, well, if you have a lot of blue undertones, that's when you use a color corrector like this. It works equally well on my brown hyperpigmentation under my eyes. Okay, I do have a tiny bit of, maybe it's not even blue really, it's gray right here in this area, and it's doing a very good job of giving me very natural coverage. So this would be excellent for me, someone like me that has that hyperpigmentation, for like no makeup days, even just regular makeup days, if I wanted to layer something on top of this, a regular concealer on top of this. Now I will say that usually what I will do, and if you've been following my channel, you know what I'll do is I'll use a regular concealer to do the job of color correcting and concealing in one step. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Like this Kylie Skin Concealer works well for that, and I'll give some swatches just so you can kind of see. And honestly, this is one that I would use in exactly the same way as a product like this, but I'll give you a couple of concealer swatches, and then we'll talk about them in just a second. I've got so many concealers. Let's see. I'm just gonna give you guys the ones that work the best for color correcting, and then I will also talk about a product, if I can get it out, that is very similar Where did it go? If I could find it, I would. I don't think I can find it. Okay, so, and let me just give you a little bit of a swatch of the one we're trying today. Okay, so this one here at the bottom is the flower one, which you can tell is very, very, very orange, very peachy compared to these other ones. This next one up is the Kylie one, and I can use this the same way I would use this product, and it works fine. I don't feel like on my eye that this pigment is showing up as orange as this. It's just showing up as a similar shade to this one. Next one up is the LA Colors Ultimate Cover Concealer, and this one is much more matte and drying than this one. It's not terrible, and I still do use it, but because of the shade, and especially because once you get it out on your skin, it does oxidize a little bit, the shade just gets better for concealing and color correcting at the same time. This one remains very shiny and dewy, so if that's what you're looking for, you may like this one, and I believe there might be clearancing this out, so if you really like the idea of that, I have a review on this as well, so if you like the idea of this type of a concealer, you might want to go check that out on Ulta on sale before they're gone. And then let's see, the last one has been my favorite for quite a while, and it is the Morphe Fluidity Concealer. It's at the top here, and even though like these two shades seem like remarkably different, they both perform the same type of a function for me, which is to conceal and color correct at the same time. This one has much more pigment. This one has good pigment. This one has not as much pigment as these, and this one has not much pigment at all, I would say. So of all of these, this is the least pigmented, so I would expect this to be good for like a no makeup kind of look, but it might work out for a regular concealer to put on top of it. So let's see. Oh, I found it. This one I think is the most similar to this. This is the Bare Minerals correcting concealer in the shade Light 2. It is also like, I don't know, I feel like the texture is very similar. This one feels a bit creamier, but you can see the difference in shade. And let's just go ahead and try this on the other eye. But see how much more brightening that is? But it works in the same way. It's looking a little bit more crusty today, so I'll really try and blend that in. It's not the concealer's fault. I've got this horrible patch of eczema right here that's just does not want to heal up. I can't, why does this happen to me? I can't give a good representation. This one actually looks really nice as a natural concealer. So I think what I'll do is I might, just so we can give it a bit of a try, I'm going to put the Kylie one on top of this because I feel like of all these concealers, this one would work the best for like a no makeup kind of look. And I'm gonna grab a brush to blend that out. And this is the Chic Pro highlighter brush, but I use it for concealer all the time. But you see how this shade is like more brightening? Just gonna blend this out a little bit more. So I feel like if I was looking for the very most natural look, I would just use the Kylie one. And honestly, at this point in time, I feel like the Kylie one is even looking better than this one, which I think is really good too. The Bare Minerals one. So is this bad? No, not at all. I think it's fine. If you need a color corrector, you don't have a concealer, you don't have a color corrector, you probably can't go too wrong with this one. I also will say another color corrector that's cheaper than this and more readily available is the Hard Candy color corrector, and it's in the orange shade. They have a green and an orange one, or peachy one, and that one is like $7 and you get a ton of product. This one you get 0.16 ounces, and I haven't tried the Hard Candy one in quite a while, but it was my favorite for a long time, so that's a little bit less expensive. And in the US, if you purchase it, which they sell it at Walmart, you can probably get it online as well. But if you purchase it and you decide it's just not enough coverage for you or the shade isn't right for you, you can return it if you have your receipt. And in my Walmart, I can return it even if I don't have a receipt and they just give me a store credit. So yeah, so I feel like this is fine. Am I dying over it? No. But if I didn't have like 10,000 concealers, you know, this would be a good option to have if you're looking for a color correcting concealer. It's less money than the Bare Minerals one, which was $20. This one was in the $11 range. I'll put all the prices and stuff in the description below. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will continue to wear this for the rest of the day. I will update my thoughts if anything changes. I'll put that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding my bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.